Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sparrows SSDeV Hooks in the thickness of 0.381 millimeter. That means that this is a European version. They do have two versions. One is European and one is for the US market. The only difference there is a thickness. So to start with the quality of the pick itself, it's material support, quality and finish is great. I do have one comment on it. I won't say a flaw, but comment, because most of the Sparrows tools comes without any kind of a handle. So this heat shrink tubing is actually something I added. So it comes without that, and I noticed after 30 minutes, 40 minutes of picking, that it tends to dig into your hand quite violently. And the second thing is it's quite bendable without it. So unfortunately I don't have a single one without a heat shrink tube on it to show you, but it really does bend. It bends a little bit like this, but without it, believe me, it's more of a something like this, just with a light pressure. So how to prevent that, or help yourself. Actually, I'm buying from the lockpicking web store here in the Benelux area. They offer a great deal. It's part of their standard business procedures, I think. After you spend, I think, 50 euros, you get to choose a present. You can choose between, I think, a few patches or this heat shrink tube. Believe me, if you're buying Sparrows, take this as a present, and this will be a present for you, because without it, it's not such a fun experience. I'm going to leave the link to the web shop in the description of this video, so you can check it out. And let's go to the hooks. So the reason why I bought this is actually my second purchase from the store, I believe. I started, third purchase, because second purchase was the practice locks. My first purchase was the Tuxedo Royale kit. I do love it. It has, everything you need to start. But after, 4 or 5 days of picking, and I want to emphasize, I just started picking a month ago, so I will do, in a few minutes, I will try to pick a couple of locks. Don't laugh at my abilities, because they're not that great. I just started, so, actually, if you want to have fun of it, comment section is down below, so, yeah. The reason I bought it is because with this short hook, I couldn't really feel the pins inside. I didn't know how does the lock look from the inside, because I did take it apart, but just the feeling of the pins inside, I didn't have that great of a feedback. Well, for example, with these ones, although this is for a really deep reach, so when you have a hole with a really long pin, so it's a great one, but also I'll try to show you somehow what is the difference in the feedback between, for example, this one and the short hook, or any other one of these. So all in all, great kit. Great free picks. They come in a set. Great purchase if you take into consideration the value of it. For this amount of money, I'm not sure that you can get anything better. I'm going to try to show you the picks. So these two. They're all in the same thickness, and also this one. This is just a little bit different than the other ones, because it starts, instead of from the middle like here, it starts from the top. So I like this one because I do feel that I can apply a little bit more force to it without bending. And I'm going to set it up with practice locks, because unfortunately I don't have anything better here. So let's try it out. And let's try to pick these 4 practice locks. So I'm going to start with the one with only 2 pins, and let's try this pick out first. So number 1 set, number 2 set. This wasn't much of a challenge. Let's try a different pick actually now. Let's try with 3 pins. Try this one. So let's start here. I'll try to show you what I'm doing here. Okay, number 1 is set, I believe. Let's try number 2. Number 2 is set, and number 3. This one is open. Let's try number 5. Let's skip 4. Let's try the 5 pins. Why not? If I embarrass myself, at least I'm going to embarrass myself with 5 pins instead of 4. Let's try this one from the back. So this is pin number 5. Set. 4. Let's try number 3. Oh, no. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe 4 wasn't set. Let's try number 3 now. This one is binding quite violently. Okay, let's try one more time. I do believe that I overset number 4. So, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. Oh, yeah, we got it open. So, as I said, I'm not the best lock picker, but I usually tend to pick 5 pins a little bit faster. So, let's try one more time. Who knows? Maybe I'll embarrass myself even more. So, number 5, set. Number 4, feel set. Number 3, number 2, feel set. And number 1, and it's open. Okay, so a little bit less embarrassment on this one, but I do believe that I was able to show you my point actually without even knowing it. So let's just try one more time to go over the pins. So here we are on the number 5. Oh yeah, so this is number 5. Maybe this would be easier to show you like this, with a little bit of an angle. So this is number 5. You see how much movement there is on a pick after each of those pins? So it's a really big of a movement. So every time you really feel that you are going over and over the pin. The problem with that one is that the surface area on the top of the pick is a little bit smaller, so it tends to slip much more, much easier from the key pins. But if we do the same thing with the short hook, I'll try to do the same thing just to see, well, if I can show you the difference. As I said, most probably I'm wrong, but this is my personal experience. So I only said number 5, so number 4, number 3, I think this is 2, and number 1, yeah, so that was it. But you see how much less of the movement on the pick there is on this one. For me personally, that lack of a feedback was a little bit problem in my learning curve. As you just saw, I'm still learning, but yeah, this is the reason why I bought this kit. I'm really glad that I did. I think it's a great value for the money, and I do have a lot of fun with it. So, all laugh about my picking skills, please put it in the comments below. Any questions or anything else? Also, comments. If you want me to review something else that you're interested in, also, comments again. Thank you very much for watching, and if I'm not too boring for you, please do subscribe. And have a nice day.